I've only really ever had one sex talk with my parents, and it's when they accidentally left condoms on the side before their holiday in Spain. I don't want my dog to lick my nipples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is really...
Just because you're worried about how you'll feel afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Our teacher was pregnant when we had the sex education class, so it just made it a little bit more awkward for the like 12-year-old brain to be like watching this video and then looking at our teacher and being like, I'm holding the cucumber with both hands.
Welcome to Under the Sheets with me, Tatiana Ashbourne, and all my friends. Laugh about it. Learn about it. Love it or hate it. Let's do it. Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends. Welcome to Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends, brought to you by Dirty Talk. I'm Tatiana Ashbourne, and this is my friend. This is Matt, everybody. Woo!
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. I wasn't nervous, and then we got into bed, and now I'm a little bit nervous.
Do you normally get nervous when you get into bed with someone?
For the first time, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get that. And you bought an item from your bedroom.
I have.
That makes your bedroom your bedroom.
Yeah. This is Charlie.
That's sweet. How long have you had Charlie for?
As long as I can remember. I think my mum got him for me on her first travelling work trip after I was born. That might be a lie, but I think from Charles de Gaulle Airport, which is why it's called Charlie. And
so has Charlie watched a lot of you in your bedroom?
I have never thought about that, but I guess, Charlie has seen everything, so thanks for that. Appreciate it. Have to cover his eyes next time.
Yeah. Very nice. Oh, thanks for bringing Charlie along.
That's okay.
So I'm going to get you to do something just as a quick warm-up.
Okay.
Let's test out your sex education skills and what you learnt.
Okay, good.
This is a cucumber.
It is, yeah.
These are some condoms. Please, will you put a condom on a cucumber?
Yes. Do you want me to leave the cucumber in its wrapper?
Well, I suppose so then I can eat it
just
later.
A bit.
Or is it going to ruin it?
No.
No, let's take it off.
No.
Maybe it'll give some extra flavours.
Okay, maybe. Are you sure? No, if you want to eat it. It's fine. I'm gonna keep the wrapper on.
No. We'll take it off because this is. You know what? Actually, cucumber's actually really difficult to take. Oh no.
You smashed it.
Smashed it.
Yeah.
Smashed it. Oh, horrible. Oh, this is horrible. Right. Okay. We're back on track. So, and please, can you explain for the listeners out there?
Yeah.
What you're doing?
I can do live commentary, yeah.
ASMR it.
ASMR it. Okay. I'm holding the cucumber with both hands. I'm going to just put the cucumber down for now so that I can open the condom because it's kind of hard to do with one hand. So I'm opening the condom now. You got to check that it's the right way around so that it's easy to unroll. Mm-hmm. And you got to pinch the top so there's no air bubbles.
Okay.
And then you just pinch the top, slide it as far as it'll go. Then just unroll it gently down the cucumber. There you go.
Very good.
That was weird. That was really weird.
It kind of turned me on. You did a very good job.
If you want to use it.
Thank you. When did you first? Oh God, it really smells. When did you first learn how to put on a condom?
It was almost exactly like this in like year 8 in sex education class, but we had actually enormous dildos in year 8. They were huge. They were bigger than that. And yeah, that were in sex education class, yeah.
Wow, did that make you think that's what you're meant to live up to?
I didn't really have a very close connection with sex and porn and stuff when I was younger, so it didn't even really cross my mind.
Yeah.
I was just like, this is huge.
Yeah.
This is really. I think it was so enormous that I was like, there's absolutely no way that any human can look like that.
Yeah. What was your sex education like? I'm gonna put the cucumber away.
Okay.
Because right. Oh no, it's gonna make everything sticky.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so tell me about your sex education system.
At school?
Yes, or throughout what you've learned over the years. How have you learned it?
Oh, that's tricky. My first memory of it is like year 6 maybe, when you have the weird video with the people chasing each other around with feathers and
I've heard
pillows.
about that.
Did you never get it?
I
you
never
saw
got that
it?
one.
Yeah, and also actually in year 6, our teacher was pregnant when we had the sex education class, so it just made it a little bit more awkward for the like 12-year-old brain to be like watching this video and then looking at our teacher and being like, did you use feathers? Did you have a pillow fight before?
So
obviously
funny.
that's not always how it works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I think, I guess that it's a good way in year 6 when you're 12 to teach kids about it, because you don't just want to be blunt, but also it kind of set a false expectation for how sex is going to be, because I was quite looking forward to the feathers and the pillows, but it doesn't happen every time.
Yeah. And why did you not have a relationship with sex when you were younger and porn that you explained earlier?
I just never really got the appeal of porn that much. It never really, I never felt the need to watch it. I never felt like, I never really felt like I needed that. It wasn't, they don't teach you about porn at school. Maybe they should, because it's so easily accessible that it's kind of weird to try and hide it, because I know at our school they were like, oh, porn was kind of a taboo. And I was always I was a bit of a goody two-shoes at school, so maybe that's why I didn't watch it, because it was like, oh, well, the teacher said not to, so I'm not gonna. And then...
And do you think it's a bad thing, porn, or not?
No, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it. I'm quite easygoing. If someone wants to watch it, then that's on them, and if they don't want to, then they don't have to. And if someone wants to make it, then that's also on them.
Have you ever... You're a videographer. Have you ever either filmed one for someone else or got it filmed yourself?
I have not, actually.
No.
That's not on the portfolio
No.
yet. Never say never. Never say never, but no, I haven't.
Yeah. You were saying earlier how you don't spend time in your bedroom. Why is that?
I have a very busy life, and I can't remember how old I was, but it was when we were having homework at school. Someone, either a teacher or I read online, said that you should try and keep as much non-relaxing stuff out of the bedroom. So like, don't do your homework in the bedroom. Don't do anything that you want to associate with your bedroom in your bedroom, because otherwise it might make it harder to sleep. It might make it harder to relax. So really all I do in my bedroom is sleep. I don't really spend any time in there. Luckily I've got an office at home, so I could do my work there.
Yeah.
And my job is, as a videographer, is quite out and about on the go.
Yeah.
When I did homework, I used to do it at the kitchen table. So
Yeah.
I've kind of just, I don't know. It's also, my bedroom at the minute is at my parents' house, and the decor isn't exactly how I'd like it to be. So I just don't really have a very like close relationship with it. Also, the door handle is really hard to use. So you have to like really push it down. So I avoid it because of the door handle. Yeah.
And how do you make your room romantic?
I think it depends on the setting, as in like the mood. Like romantic, I think it's quite nice to have like dim lighting or no lighting. Yeah. And depending on the other person, if they like to have music. You know those candles that roar? They've got like the really thick wicks and they go like...
Right.
Those ones.
I was just saying,
yeah, it's a lion candle. No, those ones are really cool. I like because they're scented, so I like the smell, but I also find it really relaxing, the sound of the wick. Yeah. So that.
And music-wise, any music?
Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Okay.
Not all Bruno Mars, not like Uptown Funk. Yeah. But like. What Bruno Mars? Oh, there's a song called Versace on the Floor, and that's really vibey.
Oh, that is vibey.
It's vibey.
That's really
not
good.
necessarily the whole time, but maybe just.
You might scare them off with "Marry Me."
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine? I'm just gonna set the mood. Think I want to marry you.
Okay, I've got a would you rather. Would you rather lick peanut butter off your best friend's nipples or have your pet lick peanut butter off your nipples?
Okay. Peanut butter off my best friend's nipples or my dog
Or your...
off of mine.
Yeah, you don't lick your dog.
No, that's good. That's good. This is weird, actually. I've got a caveat, but I'm going to answer your question first, and then I'll do the caveat. I think I'd rather lick the peanut. I don't want my dog to lick my nipples.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is really...
Just because you're worried about how you'll feel afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. This is really weird because I'm working at Tully's at the minute, and I was on Wasteland Street. Briefly, I'm an escaped prisoner, and we have to go and entertain the queue line. And I made it my goal the other night to ask people a would you rather. And the would you rather is, would you rather have your parent walk in on you screwing your dog, or have your dog walk in on you screwing your parent? And it was weird because you've just brought up the pet thing, and then it made the connection in my brain.
Yeah, but hang on a second, because I want to understand this question. Okay, so would you rather walk in...
Have your parents, a parent,
right,
mum or dad, walk in on you screwing your dog?
Yes.
Or have your dog walk in on you screwing your parent? So either you're screwing your dog or your parent.
There's a problem there, isn't there? Yeah. Interesting.
And 22 people said that they would rather have their parent walk in on them screwing their dog, and 5 people said that they would have their dog walk in on them screwing their parent.
Yeah, because I suppose if you're screwing your parent, no one will find out.
But you have to sleep with a dog.
No.
The other way around.
Yeah,
you
the
have
other
to
way
sleep
around.
with a dog.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't sleep with a dog. I can't do it.
Really? That's so surprising.
Well, 22 people said they would. So.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Wild.
Okay. Who do you look up to the most, and what qualities in that person do you want to see in yourself?
Wow. Just in life, anyone.
Anyone.
Who do I look up to the most? I think it's a big mix. I think I like... they say that you are a product of the people you surround yourself with.
Okay.
And they say, I don't know who says that, but someone says that. I heard it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think that probably my closest friends, I try and learn things from all of them. I've got a friend called Pip, and they're really in touch with their emotions, and they're really spiritual, and they're really good at knowing what emotions are intrusive and what emotions are truthful. Yeah. And so I try and take that from them. And then I guess probably my parents I look up to the most, because I learn a lot from them. I learn a lot of how I'd like to be, but then I also see behaviours that I don't want to have. Not necessarily really bad ones, just like little things that I'm like, oh, I hope I don't do that when I'm older.
And what was it like learning? Did you learn sex education from your parents ever? Do you talk about it?
I don't remember having a specific talk ever. I don't remember like the birds and the bees talk.
Do you wish you had it?
No, I think the first time I had sex, I felt confident going into it through the education I'd received from different,
that was good. Yeah,
like different people and places. But no, I never had. I've only really ever had one sex talk with my parents, and it's when they accidentally left condoms on the side before their holiday in Spain, and I was like, I think you guys should take these.
No way.
Yeah, they left them on the kitchen side, and that was probably one of the only times that I've ever spoken to them.
And what was their reaction?
We just laughed.
Okay.
Because otherwise we probably would have cried.
That's so good. That's great. And so tell me about your first time.
It was on holiday in Cyprus with my first girlfriend when I was 19.
Okay. And did you plan that was the time when you were going to have sex, or did you know that was when it was going to happen?
Yeah, it just kind of happened. There was no real... I had never had sex before, so I didn't know what I was missing. Yeah. So I wasn't like... And I wasn't very eager. I was not like eager to find out. So it kind of just happened. It was a bit naff. As I think most people find that for their first time. Yeah. I didn't really know what I was doing. It wasn't my partner at the time's first time. Yeah. Fortunately, otherwise I think it would have been a train wreck. Yeah. But yeah, it was just a bit like I guess there's so much hype and
Yeah.
stigma that you build yourself up, and then it happens, and you're like, okay, well, that was disappointing.
Yeah. No, I get that now. And then after that, did you then continue to continually have sex with that person, and it like progressively got better, or was it that you had sex and then it took you a while to then have it again?
Yeah, on the holiday it progressively got better, and then when we got back, it wasn't really like it just happened as and when. There wasn't really like a routine or it kind of just. I think it probably did take me a little while to fully get confident.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, have I done something wrong? Like, why wasn't I as good as you imagine it to be?
Yeah.
But I'm also quite good at talking through things in my head until I'm happy with them. So,
do you think you've got good communication when it comes to talking about sex?
Depends who it's with. Now I do.
Yeah.
I think if I could go back to my first relationship, I would probably have better communication about it. But I don't think it had a necessarily largely negative effect on it. I just would do it differently if I could. But maybe I wouldn't, because then I wouldn't have the relationship that I have with it now. So.
Yeah, true. And how do you feel talking about sex with other people? Obviously, you've come on this podcast to discuss sex, but does that make you nervous, or do you enjoy talking about it?
I think it's important. I speak about it. I think it's tricky because it really depends on the person, and I think it's really important to, if you're in a sexual relationship with someone, if you're going to talk about it, make sure that they're happy with, for instance, what you're going to discuss with friends. Cause I don't really like to discuss many gory details with friends because it's like my private life, and I want to keep it. Want to keep the mystery a little bit. But I think it's important to not have that taboo, and if a friend is struggling with it, I would like to think that they would feel comfortable to confide in me about it. Whether
definitely.
it's literally just like, I don't have much confidence in the minute, what can I do? Or if they want to go in depth and ask about it.
And what's the most romantic thing you've done in the name of love?
Wow. Big question. The most romantic. Not necessarily with like an act of intimacy, but I quite enjoy, I think my love languages are like gift giving, but sentimental gifts or meaningful gifts that will actually help someone, rather than just like getting them a teddy bear. Like for instance, making a care package which is themed to a TV show they like, or stuff like that. Not really big into big romantic gestures. Like a band and flowers and a plane across the sky with a note on the back. I like it. I prefer like just like one-on-one, like, oh, here's a thing that I made you. This is why I made you it. I guess if a specific example, in my first relationship, I got one of those little Kilner jars with the like latch on the top, and I cut out red love hearts out of red paper and wrote, I think 72 is like, I'm probably going to be wrong here. There's an angel number, which is the number of love.
Is it 77?
Yes.
777. 777.
I did 77, I think. But anyways, I did like 77 hearts with 77 reasons. It was called the Why I Love You jar, and it was 77 reasons why I love you. And then at the time...
Oh my goodness.
Because at the time, my partner was very insecure in the relationship and very insecure about being loved in general, not just by me, just in general. So I was like, well, here's this so that if I'm not there, you can just open it up, pick one, and read it, and put it back in, and shuffle it, and then...
That's
so I guess that's maybe one of the most romantic things.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty romantic.
Yeah.
How easy is it for you to fall in love?
Very easy. Yeah.
Why? Like, what is it that will determine to be like, no, I love you because of that?
I think it's easy with the right person, but I also fall very quickly when it is when I know, I think I know, and when I don't know, I know that, as in not I don't know, I know that it's not. But I think, I don't know. I like to say that I'm quite a good judge of character on first impressions. find it quite easy to see if someone's being truthful or not. So I think if I feel like the person's being truthful with me, and if I feel like they have my best intentions, that's what I like. So if someone's giving me that, then I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. And what would you say is the difference from a friendship and a relationship? Obviously, without sex being the most obvious thing, that's the difference. Well, in some sense. Some people sleep with their friends.
It's true. That's a really tricky one, actually, and it's one that I have, through past breakups, pondered quite a lot.
Okay, tell me more.
I've had 2 long-term relationships, and one of them I was broken up with, and the other one I initiated the breakup.
Okay.
And first I was broken up with, and then the second one I initiated the breakup. And one thing that I pondered a lot is, what's the difference between this and my friends? My relationship with this person and my relationship with my friends, because at the minute they're kind of the same. Like I get everything from my romantic relationship that I get with my friends. So what is the difference? And I'm not sure I can put an exact thing on what the difference is. I think it's a feeling and a connection. I have really close friends that I share my most deepest thoughts with, but I don't think that I have any friends that I would share my deepest emotions as I would with a romantic partner. And
what advice would you give to someone that is in the same situation with you, that you are trying to work out whether this is just a friendship or whether it's a relationship?
What advice would I give? What advice did I give myself? You should listen to your gut.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's not fair on the other person either. I think your gut is normally right. And if it's not, then so what?
Yeah.
You just deal with the aftermath. It's not going to be that bad. I think just, I guess, take the time, but don't take too much time thinking about it, because I think deep down everybody knows the answer. They're just scared to admit it. So I think the answer that you are worried to admit is probably the right answer.
Yeah, definitely. No, I understand that. And what's the best way of meeting people today? Is it going to a club? Is it going to a bar? Is it online?
Yeah, that's tricky. I've used most dating apps, not very successfully.
Tell me why not very successfully.
Because it's hard for me to know what that person's going to be like in person. You can have a million chats over text, but it's so easy to say things on text. Then you get in person and you're like, hi. I think that dating apps do work for some people.
Okay.
And if you don't have the confidence to go out and approach someone at a bar, or there's that person that you've met a couple times at some social events and you want to approach them, but you don't have the confidence, I think that's where social media and texting and dating apps can really come into play. But it's also, I think it's great because it can bring people together that would have never met ever.
Yeah.
Like you can meet someone on the opposite side of the world and they might be your soulmate, and you only met because of dating apps.
Yeah. My thing is, on a dating app, is how do you, I suppose it's anything when you're going on a date with someone. I would find it really hard to go, yeah, I'm really sorry, I don't want to go on a second date. It's when they go, oh, do you want to go on another date? And I'm thinking, I can't say no.
Why?
Well, I know I can, but it's like one of those things I'm thinking, it's annoying if one person's into it and the other person isn't.
Yeah.
Not that I've experienced that very much, but, you know.
But why don't you feel like you can... Is it because you feel like you're going to hurt their feelings?
Yeah, or you know when you obviously get nervous the first time and it's never going to... The first date, I feel like, is never, ever going to be the best one.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you why I feel like that. But I suppose it's the letting people down that you don't want to do that. Yeah.
No, I get it. It's just really interesting.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Not one. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can... I don't know. Soulmates is a weird word, isn't it? I believe that there's people that you're like, that you can connect really deeply to and have a really nice relationship, whether it's romantic or friendly.
Yeah.
But I don't think that there's like, I think you can fall in love with multiple people, potentially even at the same time.
Yes.
I don't think I ever have. But
Yeah,
I, think
I
there's
agree with you though.
potential
I
for
think
it.
there's multiple soulmates, and I think you can be in love with someone at the same time.
I don't think I'd be comfortable if my partner said to me, I'm in love with you and someone else.
Oh,
at
I
the
don't know
same
how many
time.
people would be comfortable with
Yeah.
that though, to be fair.
But I think it's probably possible, just something not possible for me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah, if you want to use a dating app, use a dating app.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I like to be friends. I like to know the person and be friends with them before.
What dating apps did you use?
That I got that I went on dates from.
Yeah.
Tinder, Raya. That's it.
And tell me about Raya, because I don't know very much about that.
Oh, it's a bit silly. I didn't really think I was gonna even get. So it's like an invite only thing.
Okay.
But when it first started, I think it was supposed to be so that influencers or celebrities could move in those circles without worrying about the general public being in them. But since it has just become very saturated, and I think they realise that if they open it up to a wider audience, they can make more money because you have to pay a subscription, a yearly subscription.
How much is the subscription?
It depends on the tier that you go for. I think it was like £100 per year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that expensive? I don't know.
No, it's less than £10 a month.
Okay. I suppose that's not too much. I don't even know how much Tinder, because Tinder's cost money now.
Well, you can. That's like Tinder Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know so much about this. But yeah, so it's like this invite only thing, and I had some people in my contacts through work that were on there, and I just messaged them and I was like, hey, I want to try this app. Can you recommend me? And then within a week I got on and I was like, this is weird. But it was nice because there's a lot of creatives on there.
Yeah.
And there's also, it's like creatives and then finance bros.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. You meet a lot of interesting people on there. You can also put just for friends.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So I think it's probably a good way of networking.
Yeah, really good way.
And then, Tinder, my previous relationship was through Tinder.
Oh, really?
Which was a successful relationship.
Yeah.
It just didn't last my whole life.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
No, that's a good point though, is that you can have really good relationships and successful ones.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's forever. And tell me about, so at the moment you're doing a counselling course.
Yeah.
So talk to me through about what you're learning from that. And is there anything that you're surprised you're not learning from it? But I suppose you're just at the start, so there could be a lot that's to come.
So it's like a 4-month course, and it's the introduction to being a counsellor or a therapist. And it's really low-level introductory stuff. It's not psychological at all. It's more about how you can help someone without giving them your opinion on their problems. So I'm learning a lot. I think I had a lot of empathy before, but I'm learning a lot of empathy and learning a lot about silence and the use of silence and how it can help people discover for themselves how they're feeling.
Yeah.
So like if someone comes to you with they've had an argument with someone at work, then you just say something like, how are you feeling towards that person?
Yeah.
And then they tell you, and then you just wait and just look at them nicely, not like you just wait.
Yeah.
And then their second answer will be how they actually feel about it. The first one will probably be what they think you want to hear and what they think they should feel. And then when they feel like you're waiting for them to say more, then they'll say how they actually are feeling.
Wow.
So it's really good.
Do you think it will help you in your future relationships? Or is it one of those things where I know when sometimes people could say, don't counsel me, don't therapize me?
It is tricky. I think it helps learning open communication because at the course, there's 15 of us on the course, and we're encouraged to say exactly how we feel in a respectful manner. But if you disagree with something, let the person know that you disagree with it, not in a disrespectful way, but in a, I think the opposite, can you help me understand your point of view way? And I think that's really important for relationships and disagreements and
Yeah.
quarrels in relationships, because obviously it's important to communicate, and if you don't, then it will just build up, and it can lead to a big argument rather than just saying, you didn't make the bed this morning when you got up, can you do it tomorrow, please? But yeah, no, and I actually realized that I did it earlier. You asked a question, and I was really interested as to why you don't feel like you can say no about a second date. And so then I went into the like, but why? And then I was like, Matt, stop it. You're not the interviewer. You're not the counselor.
No, but you make a valid point, but something that I'm still trying to answer myself. Yeah.
It just makes me more inquisitive.
Yeah, which I think is a good thing, though. You need to be. It is fascinating. And did you say you wanted to go into sex therapy?
I think it's definitely a really interesting route. Don't know how accurate to actual sex therapists Jean Milburn in Sex Education is. Yeah. But she's really cool.
Yeah, I've got her book here. Oh, God.
Sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how accurate the portrayal of a sex therapist in Sex Education is, because I've never been to sex therapy. I don't know any sex therapists. But I think it's a really important thing. I think it's something that a lot of people bury down and can lead to... I've had like stints, like weeks or maybe like 3 weeks was the longest one, where I just couldn't get an erection, and I don't know why.
Wow.
But maybe I should have gone and spoken to someone about it, and I would have figured it out. So I think it's important.
And that was 3 weeks, did you say?
Yeah, I think so.
And because that's interesting, because to me, I wouldn't say, I'd be like, oh, that's 3 weeks isn't a big deal. But for you, is that a long time? Or was it when you were in a relationship that you were trying to have sex?
In a relationship, and every time we tried, it just wouldn't happen. And I had no idea why. I didn't think I was exhausted. Maybe I was. But yeah, I couldn't put a reason on it. So I think it's important. And I didn't speak to anyone about it. Yeah. Didn't even speak to my partner about it.
So they had no idea that was the issue?
Well, they knew that it wasn't happening. But, but yeah, they didn't know. I think they probably just were like, okay, he's dealing with whatever he's dealing with. Yeah. Because I've had very respectful partners, and my relationships have been very communicative and open. Yeah. I just think at that time, it was like 2.5 years ago, I think. At that time, I just didn't feel comfortable talking. So it's only really recently that I've been happy having really open conversations.
What's changed?
I think I've matured a little bit. Okay. I've gotten more used to talking to friends just in general about how I'm feeling. If I've had a disagreement with them, talking to them nicely about it, not arguing. Realising that the friends that I hold dear aren't going to judge me for what I tell them. And if they do, then I don't really want to hold them dear. So, I think probably just maturing. Is it your brief? Yeah, that, whoever said that, thank you. That develops in males when you're 25, fully. Wow. And that's the part, I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, but to think that you're 25 now, so that's...
And that has a lot to do with your maturity levels.
Wow. So. And now you've turned 25, do you feel a certain rush to get on with the next stage? Like, do you feel a certain rush to find the partner that you want to be with forever? If you do want kids, that you're thinking children is the way that you need it now, or you need to move out of your parents' house. Do you feel that, or you don't feel that rush?
I feel the want to move out. Yeah. Just so that I can, like I was saying about my bedroom. Yeah. Decorate my own space, have it look the way I want it to. Not have to say, can I change the colour of this wall, please? Yeah, yeah.
Or I suppose bringing people over as well.
Yeah, yeah. I like to play a lot of board games, but I have to ask my parents every time I want to have, and that just feels weird, being like, Mum, can I have people over to play board games, please? But yeah, so that would be nice. In terms of, I would really like kids and marriage and all of those kind of social expectations. But I don't feel any... I'd like to not be my granddad's age, but just be a dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to not be 60 and just be having my kids. I'd like to have kids fairly young. So
I mean, you've got a way to go before you're 60.
This is true,
so I
yeah.
think you'll be okay.
Yeah, if I manage to get that far, then... But yeah, no, I don't think I feel a pressure. I feel I want to,
Yeah.
but not an immediate rush.
That's good though.
Moving
That's
out
really good.
more so.
Yeah.
But I think just for my own space rather than
Sanity.
feeling like I'm running out of time.
Yeah, which is good. Hey, you sexy bunch. Thank you so much for your continued support on the Under the Sheets podcast. Did you know that only 10% of viewers actually subscribe to the show? It would be amazing if you could subscribe and do your thing, share it, to get the message out there and to educate more people. Thank you so much. Enjoy the show and keep talking dirty. Big love. We're going to go to audience questions now.
Absolutely.
So we shall see
God.
what we have. Does body count matter?
Not to me.
No.
But I can understand why it might be a validation for some people.
As in, you understand why someone would have, like, oh, you've slept with 10 people, that's far too much.
No, why
Or
someone might gloat about it. Why someone might feel proud.
Oh, I see.
Like,
okay.
I've slept with 50 people. If that's your goal, then that's cool.
yeah.
But it's not a goal of mine. I don't think that body count, it shouldn't matter negatively.
Yeah.
Because realistically, like, everyone's having sex, so
yeah.
who am I to judge?
Yeah, no, literally. Do you think you fall in love easily because our generation is attention starved?
Whoa.
There's a fellow counsellor in the room.
Wow. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I am not falling in love and I actually just crave the affection of another human, maybe. It's a good point. I think with the introduction of social media and TikTok and all of these things, it is easy to want immediate like satisfaction. But I think the difference is that I fall in love easy, but I don't fall out of love easily.
Okay,
so it's not like I fall in love and then a week later I'm like, okay, who's the next person I'm falling in love with? It's like both my relationships I've had have been like 2 and 4 years.
Wow.
And between that I've not really had many like flings or anything. So I think if I was just moving from one person to the next, then that probably would be the case.
Yeah.
And it probably is the case for a lot of people that are my age or younger.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you have a particular type of person you always go for, or do you like variety?
Like looks wise or personality wise or
all of it. Looks.
Okay. No, I don't have. I like someone who's creative and is like kind of on a similar wavelength to myself.
Yeah.
Looks wise, I don't really mind. As long as they're happy with my lifestyle and I'm happy with theirs, then yeah, I think.
What gives you the ick?
What gives me the ick? Being rude to waiting staff at a restaurant.
Massive. Yeah.
But that's a really common one, right?
Yeah, no, but it's so true though.
What else gives me the ick? Like speaking negatively about your friends.
Yeah.
Or like bitching about your friends.
Yeah. And what's the biggest ick that you give off?
How do I give people the ick?
What do you think? Because I can tell you. No, I'm joking.
Please do. What is the biggest ick I give off? I'm going to sound really pretentious if I can't think of one.
No, it's good. It's a tough question.
It is hard. Maybe being too full on or too affectionate.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I know that can be a bit like claustrophobic. I saw a really funny one which I do, which is chasing after the ping pong ball in beer pong. Like running after it like this, trying to catch it, gives people the ick. Yeah. And I've done that, so maybe that.
Just on a first date, don't go to ping pong.
Just stroll after the ball like it doesn't even matter.
Do you have a celebrity crush?
Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, especially recently. Yeah, he's been doing his tour, doing the dance moves.
Yeah.
I don't think I really do because I don't know the celebrities personally. I guess looks wise, All of them, because they all look the same.
Yeah.
Because it's all like this perfect image.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Yeah.
I think most celebrities are really attractive, but that's because it's not how they really look.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you met Bruno Mars in real life, I wonder whether you could be like, I'd be with you.
I don't know if I'd even be able to talk.
Yeah. Well, all the sex.
Yeah. I think I'd just be starstruck. I don't know how I would react if that happened.
Yeah. Have you ever had sex in your acting clown costume from Tully's?
Absolutely not. No.
Have you ever dressed up?
I don't. No. I have not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Good to know. Has your counselling course made you change the way that you approach life?
Maybe not life, but definitely how I approach conflict resolution and making new connections. It's definitely more. I was quite like laid back before, but it's definitely more like empathetic now. If someone's arguing at me, I want to know why they're angry.
Yeah.
Specifically, not like I'm not bothered about them being angry at me. I'm just like, okay, well, why have you had this reaction? What is it that's happened?
Okay.
Rather than being like, don't shout at me.
Yeah. And one last question to finish off. Have you ever looked at someone that you're counselling and thought, get a life?
So I haven't actually qualified as a counsellor yet. And I haven't given any professional counselling sessions. That is a hard one.
This could be your future career on the line.
Yeah, right. I think sometimes it's frustrating.
Yeah.
Because you can really see when someone's like so on the verge of having this crazy discovery and you're like, would you just accept whatever it is that they need to accept? Like, definitely with friends, I'm like, can you just wake up and realize this thing? Yeah. But yeah. We're also supposed to be really confidential on the course. So I'm like, careful not to say too much. Yeah.
No, we'll leave it as that. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
That's okay.
I've got you. Oh gosh, it's actually quite difficult. Oh no, I could just do this. I panic that I'm gonna mess it up. I've got you. God, I've got to get really under my bed. I've got you a mug for coming on the show.
Thank you.
But thank you
That's
so much.
very kind of you. That's
the
awesome.
Mic needs to go back. Sorry. Thank you so much. This is Matt, everybody.
Thank you.
If you want to be part of the show, whether it's on bed or as an audience member, please go to www.dirtytalkofficial.com and click Get Involved. Can't wait to see ya. Laugh about it. Give it to me, baby. Learn about it. Love it or hate it. Let's do it. Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends.